Hi everybody, welcome back to AFTV. I'm your boy Laurie. I'm here with my guy Dan and also my boy Stricto. We're outside Stamford Bridge. I've got to say, guys, not the most salubrious of surroundings, is it? I mean, I was expecting, you know, in this part of London with all that expensive real estate, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking,
Liquor pain needed, man. Liquor pain needed.
They spent all the money on the players, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're here to talk about Sunday's game. I know we say this a lot, Dan, but for me, biggest game of the season so far. What do you reckon?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Not even
Stricto?
close, I think.
Yeah, come on.
First versus second, London derby, two teams in great form. But let's start with Stricto. What's your initial thoughts for this game?
Listen, it's no different to all the games we've played this season, whether it be Sunderland, Liverpool, Leeds. It's a must-win game. We have to win it. And I think this, if we were to get the 3 points here, it's a statement. It's a statement of intent. It's a London derby, like you said. Home of the World Club Champions. Whatever the fuck that means, yeah? They like to ram that down our throat. But I think we get the 3 points here. We distance ourselves from them. They become way over there. And it's for them to start battling for top four. That's what I truly
You
believe.
say they're World Club champions, but according to Optastats, who, you know, let's face it, they are legit. Arsenal are currently the number one team in the world, Dan.
I would agree with that right now in form.
Yeah.
I would agree with that right now in form. And do you know, I go one further than Stricto. I said it on Tuesday night with Curtis. If we win this game, I will get my chest out and I will say that I think Arsenal will win the league. Doesn't mean it's done, dusted, everyone else white flags. I just think you can't go 7 points clear of City, 9 of Chelsea and 11 points clear of Liverpool and not win the league. It would take another bottle job, if you want to call it, or a crumble. Monumental.
Biblical.
So for me, with the squad we've got now, I don't think it's the same Arsenal. And I look around us and I don't see the same Liverpool or City. And if I'm honest with you, I'll be realistic, I see a similar Chelsea. Like it's an inconsistent Chelsea. It's one that could beat us and it's one that we could beat, but then they'll go and lose to an Everton or they'll go and lose to a Burnley or something like that. That's what I see with Chelsea. So
they're
I
a
do
young
feel
side, isn't they? And when you get young teams, that's what tends to happen. One week they can be brilliant and the next week not so.
Well, take nothing away from them. They've got some unbelievable players. They have. Yeah, they've got some top quality players. But so have we, Laurie. And you know, you said it there, that everyone's looking at Arsenal right now saying, are we the best in Europe? Are we the best in the Premier League? Well, the stats are saying yes, because we're top of the Champions League right now, that new table, and we're top of the Premier League. And for me right now, I think if there's any time not to fear anyone, it's right now.
Yep, Stricto.
I think 100%. I think we're the teams to fear. We're the team to fear now. The performances we've been putting up this season, and not to mention the amount of, pardon my pun, Arsenal that we have. Everyone's made talk about the set pieces, but we've got open play goals, different ways. You saw Joshua Kimmich complaining, and he's not complaining because he won. He's complaining because they lost. They didn't have nothing for us, and they're arguably one of the best teams in Europe as well. They suffered their first defeat. Now look, this game here tomorrow, we will be feared. We will be feared and respected. And I think, listen, we've come here, we've put on some great performances, and I think it's actually quite nice that Martinelli, who owns this ground, scores before.
I like that one.
You know, he scores before the game here, and then Madueke, who used to be off this ground, scores before then. So I think there's a lot that we've got going for us to be confident in this game.
Absolutely. I mean, we're also unbeaten. I think it's the last 6 occasions. Yeah. So you know, I mean, we're coming into this game with some good form at Chelsea. So no need to fear them. If anything, like Stricto said, it should be the other way around. But to be fair to Chelsea, they've got some quality players. Estevao is the name that everyone's talking about right now. Quality player, but they've got other good players as well. So, you know, we can't afford to be complacent. I'm sure they won't be. Mikel Arteta's not built of that type of stuff. He'll be very meticulous in his preparation. But I am looking forward to the game, Dan. It will be a good game.
It will be. It always is. Let's be real. It's always a real tight one as well. And you're right, man. They haven't beaten us since 2021. Yeah. I think at our ground, I think Lukaku scored. So that's how long ago it was. Yeah. It was in one of our bad runs. I think we were bottom of the league at that stage. Remember? Those dark times, man. Yeah. But they haven't beaten us. I don't think they've beaten us at the Stamford Bridge since Emery 2018. So it's been a draw quite a lot. I'll say that. And a lot of people are predicting it'll be another draw. But we'll get to that, I'm sure. But for me, I think when you look at what they might have, I think the biggest thing for me is who's fit for Arsenal and who's fit for Chelsea, because Chelsea have got some players coming back. You look at the Fofanas of this world, Cole Palmer, they're rumoured to be potentially fit, and Arsenal, we saw the other night who was coming on. There's rumours of a behind doors friendly as well. We try to get minutes for Jesus and Gyökeres and Havertz. So I think now we'll start to see the Arsenal squad really go up a level, because the attack has basically been depleted, if you be honest with you. I mean, you saw Madueke and Martinelli come on the other night. Obviously Odegaard's getting back into the mix. We haven't seen Havertz or Jesus kick a ball yet, and Gyökeres has been out as well. So we scored 7 goals against Spurs and Bayern Munich with no striker, with Mikel Merino. And I mean, that's probably an insult now to say that he's not a striker, because I think he's been excellent, Merino. He really has.
He's been phenomenal. Actually, let's talk a little bit about the team. It may well be covered on other forums than AFTV, but I think it's pertinent to talk about the team in previewing the game, because there could be some changes. Stricto, in goal, we're probably going to go David
Of course,
Raya.
safe hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
That back four though, how do you think that shapes up?
The back four should be how it finished against Bayern. Timber, the Lion, Saliba, could be Mascara, or is Nkapi, is he fit?
Yeah, I think he'll be available.
Right?
Yeah.
And then no doubt 100% Calafiori.
Is that something you concur with, Dan?
I do. I thought Miles Lewis-Skelly had a difficult night the other night against Elise, I must say, and he's a top player, by the way, Elise. So I think Calafiori comes back in for this one. I think he will stick with Nkapie like he did against Spurs. I think he likes or prefers a left-footed, left-sided centre-back.
Yeah, it's more like for like.
Yeah, and then Saliba and Timber will be on the right-hand side. I must say, the latter, Timber, I'm running out of superlatives.
Doesn't get enough credit in my opinion. In my opinion, the best right-back in the world. I
wouldn't swap him for anyone.
Yeah.
I would. That's it. I wouldn't swap him for anyone. Like, we know Hakimi's is decent, but I think there's just something about this man that we have at our club.
Chelsea have a good right back as well, by the way.
Who's
Reece
that?
James.
Who?
The best ability is availability, though.
Exactly, he's never available.
Look, he has been this year, I'll say that. But I think his delivery in terms of his crossing is better than Timber, but I wouldn't swap him, because I think Timber's got everything, and he's obviously got the fitness Timber as well. If you think he's come off the back of an ACL, what would he have been like if he didn't get an ACL? It's crazy.
Very rarely have I seen this guy lose a duel. He's phenomenally strong.
I agree.
He's a pit bull.
You know what I mean?
He's
He
a pit
really
bull.
is. You see the size of the guy's legs as well. He's built, man.
He's a pit bull.
But anyway, enough glazing about Timber's physique.
And he glazed up. Have you seen his legs? No, you're talking to yourself there.
Moving into midfield now, this is an area of the pitch, man. This is going to be a real battle, because this is where Chelsea are quite strong as well. I mean, obviously we got the man Declan Rice. For me, currently the best midfielder in the Premiership. But a lot of Chelsea fans are saying to me, listen, man, Caicedo is there or thereabouts. And I've got to say, Caicedo is a quality player. Dan.
I think he's an unbelievable player. I think that's an understatement to say he's quality. I think he's better than that. Look, I do think they're different players. I think Caicedo and Rice comparison is a bit strange. It's a bit like when everyone tried to compare Foden and Saka. They're like two different positions for me. But I look at both of them and I think they'd probably be the best midfield in the world if they were together. And we tried to do it. If you remember, we tried to get Caicedo and then the following.
He wanted to come Arsenal. He was twerking. He was twerking.
He was big time, and it's a shame we didn't push a little bit harder in that January. But I'll say this: I honestly believe Chelsea's strongest department is clearly their midfield. Whether they play Enzo, Caicedo, and Palmer if he's fit, whether they play Lavia in there as well if he's fit, they've got options in midfield. So it is a strong one. But Arsenal's right now, I think the signing of Zubamendi has gone under the radar a little bit, and I'll tell you why quickly, because I think it's complemented Rice's performance. I've had arguments with people about where he's kind of been misprofiled, in my opinion, at times. Declan Rice, I don't think he is a Steven Gerrard or a Lampard or a De Bruyne, and I think we would try to play him like that last season a lot. There were games where he really performed in that role, but I think in terms of a level of consistency, I'd not seen a Declan Rice performance like I have right now. I think he said it himself the other night. He's playing the best football of his career. And in a box-to-box role, he covers every blade of grass. And that's why I want to see him deeper. And it's mad because I had arguments with people saying, I think he's a 6, other people saying he's an 8. I don't think he's either. I think he's a box-to-box, Patrick Vieira type midfielder. Now,
he's 7.2.
Well, I don't know what they call it right now. Yeah, but he's in between that. I think he covers everything, man. I think he's been one of our best players this season. And he's got to turn up, as he has been at the weekend, of course. But I truly believe he gets into any team in the world right now the way he's playing.
Oh man, he's been so impressive. And what I love about him as well, Stricto, it's not just, we spoke about the amount of ground he covers and stuff like that, but it's the quality as well. The set pieces. I mean, he's scoring goals. He's embracing the leadership role, or one of the leadership roles in the team. phenomenal.
I would like to say, I don't know if any of you lot noticed, when he got the armband, it's like his level raised,
He's
by another 10 or another notch or so. He's a leader.
100.
He's a leader, and I think if you look in our current team compared to the team of the past, we might have one leader, but I feel like we've got a leader in each sort of department, in each sort of position, in each sector of the pitch. But with Declan Rice, his delivery, his hunger. This guy's got hunger. He almost feels like he's an Arsenal academy player. It's hard for me to actually believe he never actually played for Arsenal.
Chelsea.
He was at Chelsea. He was at Chelsea, but he's embraced the Arsenal spirit, And listen, it can only get better. As you said, he's in the best form of his life right now, and listen,
and he seems like a great guy as well. I mean, I know that probably.
Yeah,
Oluwadek, yes, Oluwadek as he's known. Yeah.
No, he just seems like a real cool guy.
Yeah,
you can see well, obviously the fans love him, but you can see the players love him as well, man. It's a real, I can't say enough good words about the guy. Right, let's talk about that number 10 role, because there's been a lot of speculation about that. Obviously, Eze's done really well. Shout out my boy Eze. But Odegaard's back fit, and we know the manager, he's a big admirer of Odegaard. Do you think he makes a change here, or do you think he goes with Eze in the 10 for this game?
I think he starts with Eze, and I think Odegaard makes a contribution later on. That's my opinion. I don't know how fit he is. I think if Arteta does believe that he is the guy that is 80% fit, he probably will play him. But I don't know if he is that fitness yet. I don't know if he is that level of fitness yet. So it wouldn't surprise me if he starts Odegaard, but I do think Eze deserves it off the back of a hat-trick against Spurs. I don't think you can really drop him. I thought he was good the other night against Bayern Munich as well. I think he's starting to come into the game, and I've got to be honest with you, I've tried to stick up a little bit for Eze because I don't actually believe that he's done anything less or more than I kind of expected. So like when people thought he was going to be scoring every week like Kevin De Bruyne, or assisting every week like Kevin De Bruyne, he's never been that. He was a big game player at Palace, and that's basically what he's been at Arsenal so far. He got a hat-trick at Spurs, scored against his old club. He's got the goal in the League Cup. He's assisted Martinelli to equalise against Man City. And set up Gyökeres as well against Forest. So he has contributed in the first handful of games that he's played. I haven't been like wowed by him. I was against Spurs, obviously. I think we all were, right? But I think he's been coming to be a contributor, and that's exactly what he's been since Odegaard's been out. And there will be times where I think we'll see him float from the left at times as well. So I've been really impressed with him, and I think he'll get the nod on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. But one thing I would say though, Stricto, they are different, aren't they? Odegaard and Eze, they are slightly different. So if we're playing away, and maybe there's a school of thought to suggest that Chelsea, who are a possession-based team like we are, might have more of the ball, it kind of would make a bit of sense to play Odegaard because of his pressing, which is superior to Eze, I would say. I'm a massive Eze fan, but Odegaard gives you something different. What do you see the manager doing in terms of the number 10 on Sunday?
I think also we haven't seen Eze on the left as much. Trossard's injured, right? I don't know, maybe that might play a contributing factor. Maybe Eze and Odegaard might actually start.
That's
and Odegaard get back his role, and Eze float on, get onto that left side. I do love Odegaard's pressing, and you see in some games we've missed Odegaard's pressing.
We have.
From the front. He always sets the press and everyone follows. I think the Sunderland game was one. Sectors of the Munich game, like we didn't really have the press going, and I think there's a big asset in that with Odegaard.
100%.
And I think that's probably the only sort of like Eze hasn't given us what Odegaard gives us.
Yeah, they're two different
players. But there's a style and there's an understanding we have with Odegaard. We're still yet to understand it with Eze. Yes, he's scored goals, and yes, he's assisted, but I would like to see more of the pressing. I think the Arsenal 10 is so much different to any other 10s in the Premier League. I think there's a lot more responsibility in your defending. And I'm yet to see that from Eze. It's not his fault. He's still obviously he's still getting his feet, trying to dry his...
he's a different type of player. He's a bit more languid. He expresses himself more. You're more likely to get him creating and scoring. Odegaard, he'll give you that pressing. He'll give you that energy. And he's got quality as well. So it's be interesting to see how
it's a good problem to have.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful problem to have. You know.
And moving further up the pitch, you would imagine Saka will start. Although I've got to say, Madueke on the right, the other day looked pretty impressive. He would be playing against his old club. But yeah, I would imagine Saka plays.
Well, he has to play. He has to.
Yeah. He's captain,
I mean, look, I think he'll actually, if you look at his individual performance, I think Saka will probably be a little bit disappointed with his performances against Tottenham and Bayern. Now, I didn't think he was bad, by the way, but I think from his level and for what he wants, I think he'll be a bit annoyed that he didn't get some form of contribution from himself individually, which means I think he has to do it at the weekend for him to be happy. Like, our fans are always going to love him, right? But we all need to put a little bit of pressure on Saka to cut. It's good in a way because we're not relying on him anymore. Like, it's not like
which
Saka's
is crazy.
Which is great, and it's a good thing.
It's crazy.
But I think for him, like, it's nice to have a little bit of let pressure on, but we don't want to allow the pressure to be completely off, because I think for me, you know, it's fair enough saying Eze does more than what Ødegaard does. I think you're absolutely right. Sorry, other way around. Ødegaard does more than what Eze does, only when Ødegaard's performing. And I don't think that he has been of the last sort of 12 months or so.
Yeah, I know. Previously, you voiced concerns about
exactly that, yeah. So I think if Ødegaard gets back to his best, you're playing him 100%. Same with Saka. I think Saka absolutely has to play when everyone's at their best. You're right to mention Madueke, though. Not that I think he will start, but I really like him on the right. I don't know that I'm a big fan on the left yet. I think he's still trying to get involved in it. Can make a problem. But for me, I'm really liking his performances, man. And do you know what I'll say about Madueke and Martinelli the other night when they came on? They got me out of my seat every time because they got that pace and that power and that drive and that threat. Yeah. And I like that a lot, man. They're definitely two good subs to have if they don't start.
That's the benefit of the bench, Dan.
Facts.
That is the benefit of the bench. Everyone talks about strength and depth, but it's also strength of quality we've got as well. You know, so it's not just having the numbers, but it's actually having good stock.
That's right.
You know,
and it's down to the manager to utilise that, because I felt sometimes, not so much recently, he seems to be getting it a lot more right recently, but previously we've had players on the bench like Wanyeri and one or two others. You think, come on, man, you know what I mean? Does he trust
them though? Well, in a season where there's big pressure for us to win something this season. I mean, you see Bayern Munich, for example, with Leonard Carl. Company doesn't have issues playing him in big games. I don't think with the pressure that we've got on, or the expectation to win this season, I don't think he's trusting the youth as much. I think he'll bring them in some games. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's wholeheartedly trying to push them, get them involved.
Well, that strength in depth, I would say, is what separates Arsenal from the likes of Chelsea and other teams. You look at our bench; it's phenomenal. If you take off one of the players and bring on somebody else, I would say the level does not drop significantly at all. That's right across the team. So that is the hallmark of a really good side. Just quickly, on the left then, so if we're saying Saka on the right, on the left stricter, because that is I mean, we don't know about the status of Trossard's injury, but a lot of people say they think he'll miss this game.
Do you know what? I was going to say Martinelli. I think, like I said, this guy seems to somehow come to this ground or just score goals. And, you know, having the precursor against Bayern, bring him in on that left, it might be perfect opportunity. He might not have been had the opportunity because Trossard's been playing out of his skin this season. But if Trossard can't make it, then Martinelli, why not?
Trossard if he's fit, otherwise Martinelli. Yeah. I wouldn't want Eze on the left and Ødegaard in the middle. I feel like that Martinelli deserves the chance now. I think he's come on. I think he scored 4 in the last 4 Champions League games. And I think he's proven himself. I say this now. We were linked with a left winger for a long time in the summer, right? And a lot of people thought, great summer, but maybe if we were to be picky, cherry on the top would have been nice for a Rodrigo Semenyo type player. Trossard and Martinelli must have heard people talking about that because they've been excellent, both of them. I mean, Trossard in particular has been excellent.
Personal.
I think he's been our best attacker, Trossard, this year. 100%. And Martinelli, for me, when he's come on, I think he's given Arteta a headache for the right reasons. So I'm in a place where I think they both deserve credit. Martinelli, for me, if Trossard isn't fit.
Through the middle?
Again.
Because the reason why I say that is because there are rumours that Gyökeres is nearing full fitness. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if that's...
I mean, if it's all depending on if he is fit. If he's fit, then I start him because that Chelsea defence, that back line, they can get bullied. We saw it with Brian Bobby against Sunderland. You know, he absolutely tore them. They didn't want to get near him. And Gyökeres is a similar kind of stock.
Did it to us as well, though, to be fair.
But we didn't lose. But Bobby's that kind of stock. I mean, Gyökeres is that kind of stock where it's power. It's, you know, they struggle with that, you know. So I think if Gyökeres is fit, I start him. But I'm not annoyed if Marino starts either.
Okay. Right, okay, and that would be the team then. In terms of tactics, very quickly, who do you think will Do you think we'll take it to them, or do you think we'll kind of sit back and allow them onto us, or what?
I think we might do a little bit of both. I think we will dominate the ball. I think we'll keep possession. I think we're pretty good at doing that against anybody, to be honest with you. I think an early goal is massive for either side, because I think that will, one, get the crowd up even more, and I think it will make it a really good game. The longer it's 0-0, the more nervy it will get and the more impatient people will become. So I think an early goal is key for either side. But I do think that we've got the quality, so I think we should be going for him. You know, just last year on Marino as well, I think he's been incredibly underrated, if I'm honest. I think what he's done in that position wasn't long ago, back end of last season, we were like raising our eyebrows like, does this man think you've got Fellaini or something? What's happening here? And he's been really good, man. Like really, really good. And I think you've got to be, he is, he's a very, very, very good squad player, and he's done exactly what's needed. And this is the equivalent of Man City playing like Reinders up front, or you know, somebody like that. So I think, you know, we'd be raising eyebrows and questioning that.
There's two things that help him, in my opinion, as well. One, he's got excellent technique, and secondly, he's very cerebral. What I call, he's a very intelligent footballer. Takes up good
aerial
positions.
Threat as well. Like massive aerial threat.
He's a very good footballer per se. So yeah, we've spoken about the tactics. Right, let's move to the predictions. Let's start with Stricto.
7-0.
I wish, man. I'd love that, bro.
Do you know what? I like to think it's a tight game, but I think with what's on stake, the expectations from both fans, I think it'll be a fluid game. I think 3-1.
3-1?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
A lot of goals.
Yeah.
Actually, when we play Chelsea, there does tend to be goals.
Yeah.
There does tend to be goals, Dan.
There does, and I think there'll be goals in this one. I don't think it'll be one goal that we score only. I'm going to go for Arsenal to nick it 2-1. A lot of people are going for a draw. If I'm honest with you, I think they are going for a draw because of what it's been like in the last few years against Chelsea. But I also do think that Chelsea can cause us problems. And you've seen that. Like, Chelsea are very, very good against the better opponents, I feel.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
then all of a sudden you'll think, oh, well, that means they'll beat Sunderland, they lose.
Yeah.
That means they'll beat, you know, Brentford, they draw.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll beat Palace at home, they draw.
Yeah.
And this is why I think Chelsea will drop points this season still and be inconsistent. But against Arsenal, I think they can really give it a go. And let's be real, their fans and players will want to put a dent in our sort of run, without a doubt. So I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal, man, and I think it'll be tight.
No, you know what? I'm kind of with that. I think it'll be a tight game. I think there'll be lots of ebb and flow. There'll be periods where we dominate, there'll be periods when they dominate. But I do believe that, given, again, I'm talking about the squad depth and strength, that edges it towards us, I think. 1 goal swing, I'm going 2-1 like you. I think Arsenal just nick it, because I just think we're a bit more rounded, a bit stronger in terms of our squad depth. So yeah.
I think also, don't discount the experience that we've got.
Oh, absolutely.
Our experiences, I think, is a massive factor. They're still a young team, full of energy. Probably one thing with them, the lack of emotional game management or maturity, if you want to put it. Like, it's all high energy with them. Do you know what I'm saying? I think we've got the balance and know how to manage games minute by minute. You know, so I think they're a very good team. I'll give them that, but I think our experience will count for something here.
I think it's going to be a great game, but like I said, I'm going for Arsenal 2-1 and win my boy Dan. Not sure about Stricto's 7-0, but you know,
I prefer it to be that.
if you're right,
3-1, no, 3-1. I
if you're right about that,
it,
man.
yeah.
Free drinks all year for you. Anyway, listen, thanks guys for tuning into AFTV. Thanks my guy Stricto.
Yes, bro.
Big up yourself.
Yeah.
Also Dan. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you on the next one. We're out.